I just want to correct one thing. There is somebody, the SG, the former SG of ODM, yesterday was saying that the MOU between the Uda government and ODM ended on the 7th. I think he is very ignorant. He's very ignorant because the broad-based government started long before that 10-point agenda. 10-point agenda came much later. So how could then the broad-based arrangement have survived without those 10-point agenda for all those months and months? The 10-point agenda was meant to give a pathway of implementation so that we are, as we work together, we are working towards certain goals. But those goals, some of them cannot even be achieved in 2027. Even by 2027, when we reach there, we are not going to say this is the final day when we have achieved the what. For instance, if you are talking of the regional balancing, those things will take many, many years. There are many, many other issues in the MOU, in that 10-point agenda which cannot be implemented fully. But the 7th of this month, of March, was actually the anniversary when we first started the broad-based arrangement. We were marking the anniversary, and marking the anniversary is when we said, let there be an interim report on the implementation of the 10-point agenda. This report of the 10-point agenda is an interim report giving us progress on the implementation of the issues we raised. And they are being implemented. One cannot say that it's 100%, nothing has been done. For instance, we know that Parliament has already allocated 2 billion shillings to compensate the victims of the violence, for demonstrations and so on. The people who died and people who were injured in those demonstrations. That is one of them. Devolution. Something has been done. There was, the counties used to get 380 billion. In the last budget, we allocated 415 billion shillings. And in this coming budget, we are allocating 450 billion. And that is what Jacob wanted. Raila wanted 450 billion. And by allocating more funds to the counties, we are strengthening the counties. And that is one of the agendas in the 10-point agenda. So there are several. I cannot cite all of them. They will be presented to us tomorrow. And tomorrow is 10th, 7th passed, and 10th tomorrow will also pass. And the continuation of our broad-based arrangement will go on, and we are going to go on to work now towards making a coalition. We are going to form a negotiating team. First, we are going to start with a technical team. This technical team is going to work on the framework for negotiations. It is also going to work on the terms of reference for the negotiations. And then once the terms of reference and the framework is worked on, then negotiations, the actual negotiations will start. But those who are panicking just because they hear that negotiations want to start, we have just expressed our intentions to start negotiations. And to them, the intention to, I mean, how do you panic about intention? Just an intention, and you are already panicking. How about when the negotiations start? Will you commit suicide? Or what will you do?
My DNA, if you cut it, it just bleeds Baba. It bleeds ODM. When we were together, I was the first person to be vilified for working with Baba. In 2022, the then deputy president started fighting me because I said Nairobi how it is. Nairobi belongs to all of us. And there is no way you can ignore ODM in Nairobi unless you're out of your mind. And so I started working closely with the Baba. Of course, before that, we were also very close. I'm sure those of you who are in Nairobi politics, Orero and TJ, even during campaigns, you never had Baba campaign against me, even though I was in another party, because he knew this is his son. And you know what happened? Rachel Shebesh and Kananu took me somewhere one day when we were still making decisions, and Baba was there. And Baba told me, now my son, you want to be governor but unatembea na watu ya ushago. Nikamwambia dad, nikamwambia dad, mimi najua vile siasa inakaa. Nimekuwa senator wa Nairobi, I've been an MP. I feel it's time to go for governor seat. But your brother, who is supporting you, that was the then president, will not give me a ticket. Because his people will pressure him that if you're supporting Baba for presidency, kiti ya governor, iende kwa jamii. And I have no way of changing my community. I have no way of becoming anybody else. Please, wacha nitafute njia yangu. And he gave me his blessings. And that is why I attribute my success. Many of you in ODM, you voted for the party, you voted for your senator, for your women rep, for your MP, for your MCS, ODM, but governor, mulipatia. So in future, we'll make it easier for all of us as we move along. I just want to assure you that you can count on my 100% support. Many of you here know, the commissioners, you know, how I have held the party even through the election process. SG. My office in Riverside almost became a small chungwa house because I had an instruction from Baba and the president on what I needed to do. Mimi sitoki hapo. So akina Brayo, hamjacho peke yenu. Sisi tuna support party leader and mimi I will facilitate. Vitu ndogo ndogo msisumbue party leader. Sawa sawa. I know sometimes people are worried and concerned about the city. Formula ya Nairobi ni tofauti na ushago. Formula ya Nairobi ni tofauti. Nairobi sio kifua, ni akili na ni kuchora kabla ya kuweka mawe. So sisi tuko na formula yetu. Tuko na formula yetu ambayo tunachora na hawa bunge na itaingiana. Hiyo I assure you itaingiana. Mimi sijai kuwa kwa siasa ya kuanguka. Na hii tunachukua. Na hii tunaingia kwa power. So anything that you ever require, kwanza hii ofisi pia itachungwa na Nairobi County because iko hapa na itapatiwa heshima yake, si ndio hiyo? So akina Chayo, ndugu yangu, mkifanya security mjue pia kuna backup. Na mnajua ile kitu namaanisha. Backup iko bro. Sawa sawa. So may God bless you. And as you've said, I heard you very, yesterday in Siaya. What manner of foolishness would it be to want to get into government by leaving government? Like, you're already in an arrangement, mko kwa serikali ndio hii, but mnataka kuingia by leaving. Yet you're already inside. What manner of foolishness is that? Mimi nimeambia ndugu zangu waache kujiconfuse. President William Ruto is very genuine in this relationship. I assure you he is very, very genuine. And you know what is done for our people. Siku hizi tunatembea hata with our heads up high. Saizi barabara yetu inatengenezwa Rironi mpaka Western. Things had gone to other parts of the country. Some places had been ignored. And that is why even in Nairobi we're telling people, there's some people who feel that the city is theirs by birthright. This city is for every single person. Na kazi yetu ni kuunganisha kabila zote na jamii zote za Nairobi. Because Nairobi jirani yako ndio ndugu yako. So I am very grateful for the warm welcome. I think it was a blessing that tumekuja kwa siku ya kwanza. I will keep coming. Chief of staff ako wapi? Ni sawa tu, lakini mkiniona hapa msishangae. Mzoe tu mimi napenda chai ya maziwa. Hiyo tu. Beyond that, I will do my operations as I work with you. May God bless you, and I wish you all the best. And SG, you are the Secretary General of the party. I have been the chairman of a ruling party. When I was 27 years old, I was chair of the ruling party TNA. Sasa, mimi ndakupatia notes ya ruling party. Because that is what ODM is going to be. Sindo hiyo? Through this coalition and through this arrangement. Sorry, Chief of Staff, I was just saying, because now you know, you have to be my very good friend. Mkiniona area, usishangae. I just like tea with milk. So SG, walk with your head up high. Be confident. Be proud. You're leading the biggest party. Mnasemanga south of the Sahara, north of the Limpopo. And all leadership comes from God. Let no one try to tell you that you're not supposed to be where you are. If you want the backup in the city, you'll get that backup. But it's God who determines. Romans 13 said, no, any leadership on authority comes from God. So tutakuombea, tutakusupport, tutakuback whatever you require. Ya mwisho, hao wengine ambao wanaanza kusumbua, tutadili nao ki Nairobi. Na hiyo tunaijua. Ama ni aje Orero? Hii town, hawataleta hiyo mchezo. Hapa tunasimama gangari because tunataka power. Na hiyo power itapatikana. May God bless you and be assured that you have a friend in me. Thank you very much.